Songkhla, Thailand. Stop number 23 on my 30 Thai cities in 30 days. And that there behind me is the Golden Mermaid, and by far the most popular landmark of this city for tourists, for kids. You see people come out here, they ride on the horses, they take a bunch of photos right next to that Golden Mermaid. But that's not what this vlog's about. The theme of this vlog and the more angle of this vlog that I have yet to see a YouTuber cover in regard to Songkhla is the Japanese history. And right where I'm standing on this beach is the exact spot where Japan invaded Thailand during World War II, all along the Gulf of Thailand. But Songkhla was their most strategic location because the plan was to overtake Songkhla and then move into Hat Yai by rail and then move into Malaysia and Singapore. As a matter of fact, Singapore and Songkhla are rooted in the same meaning, lion. So in a way, they kind of match each other in regard to their names, Singapore and Songkhla, but they've kind of adjusted through the years. So this vlog, I'm gonna cover it like I've been doing on all these 30 Thai cities in 30 days. At the end of the vlog, I'm gonna answer the two questions. One, would I consider living here as an expat? Two, is it worthwhile to visit as a tourist? But I'm also gonna give you at the end of this vlog, kind of my first impression of Songkhla. I'm gonna go out, hop around, have some food, enjoy some coffee, show you where I'm staying, and visit historical sites that are related to World War II history, including the National Museum of Songkhla. Songkhla National History Museum. And if there's a museum in a town that I'm exploring, I always try to make it the first stop to get acquainted with a little bit about the place, the city, or the town. And this museum's quite interesting. If you go downstairs, you see the displays that show traces of prehistoric times, the Stone Age. And there's a little section downstairs that keeping with the theme of the Japanese invasion of Thailand and Songkhla. There is a little space that documents when Japan invaded Songkhla and the entire Gulf of Thailand, Chumpon, Suratani, and segueing into the previous episode when I was in Nakhon Si Thammarat. But this was really their base for what their objective was, which was to take over Singapore. And then you can see where there's tours going on right now in the museum, where they have tour groups getting acquainted with the history of Songkhla, which has been very interesting. Not only going back to World War II, but going way, way back to prehistoric and Stone Age times. They show traces of man in this region of the world. And then also about all the trade during the Ayutthaya period, where Persia and China, India, they were all coming through here on their trade route. It's a fascinating history and definitely worthwhile stop when you're in this area of Thailand. When you're in Songkhla, definitely come check out the museum. Old Town Songkhla is so cool, and there are all these little artifacts or buildings or little memorabilia about World War II. And that building behind me, it's called the World War II house. And it's significant because there were some sort of bombings in this area by the UK. There was a pilot that came in and attacked the Japanese. But you can see there's a little sign in there that paints a little description about the Japanese history in Songkhla. And one is, there's a story about how there were some Japanese families living here before World War II. And as it turns out, one was a dentist. And as it turns out, he was a spy, and he would record the sea levels and start to come up with a strategy or plan for when the ships would come over and make their invasion of Thailand. And then there's another photo on that board in front of the house, the World War II house. It's of the UK pilot. It was very, I guess, instrumental in defeating the Japanese that had settled in Songkhla, something like that. It's like there's a little bit of history there, but it's not 100% detailed. World War II house, right here on the Old Town, in the Old Town streets. There's like these two main Old Town streets of Songkhla. Super cool. And it's right here, and I think a lot of people probably walk right by it, not even really digesting or processing the historical significance this little town played during World War II and how it was instrumental for the Japanese in their occupation of eventually Malaysia and Singapore. And you can see from the path of the drone where I'm cruising right now, there's these two main roads that run alongside the lake here, the water, and they're just so cool. There's all these Sino-Portuguese architecture, well-preserved buildings. There's so many amazing coffee shops. There's a bunch of cool little renovated hotels, kind of boutique hotels. There's even like a community center up here that kind of functions as a history lesson for Songkhla. So I'm gonna park up here, just kind of walk down this strip and poke my head into different cafes and restaurants or businesses and get a little feel of Songkhla. I want to stop right here for a second. It says Songkhla towards World Heritage Site. I think it's in the progress of being in the World Heritage Site. And now this is more or less like a community center. So in the back area, they have some folks playing music and maybe, I don't know, maybe they dance sometimes. But then up on the wall, there's some signage about how this facility that I'm standing in right now is where they stored rice back in the day. But then when the Japanese invaded Songkhla, this became kind of their base for storing all their gear and ammunition, and I think more or less kind of their headquarters for the area. And then what happened, the Allied forces started bombing here, I think, because there's some photos up on the wall where it shows Songkhla was actually hit by Allied forces, and it caused a lot of strain for the community, for the locals, because one, this is where all their food was, and then of course they were being attacked by Allied forces now because the Japanese were here. Songkhla Train Station, or what once was, and this might tell the story of what Songkhla is or isn't better than any other scene in this vlog, because it's abandoned. And it's also a reminder about my last vlog in Hat Yai, how they say the train station made the city, the hub that it is today, and one of the largest cities in Thailand after Bangkok, because of the railroad, because of the train station. Whereas here in Songkhla, all you have are the dogs, some cats out here running around, but there's definitely no passengers. What the Japanese did when they came in, they wanted the railway here so they could then move into Hat Yai and then down into Singapore. So this was a critical, the railway station in Songkhla was a critical part of the strategy for the Japanese to take over this part of Asia. All this cool architecture, even have these cool Chinese electric vehicles, Lumen. I don't think we have those in the US, but man, they are cool looking. And then this is a really popular, I guess you would call it a popular selfie location. The way I understand it, that the government or Songkhla community has made a commitment to put murals up and art all throughout the city is a way to tell the story and make for great selfie locations. But I think it's an orchestrated effort with all the murals around town. Come down the streets of Songkhla, everyone's doing selfies. Hi. Right? Because the architecture's so cool. They're taking a great picture across the street.
We are from Songkhla Train University.
You study here?
Yes, we study here.
What do you study?
Pharmacist.
Awesome.
Thank you. And
Wow.
where are you from?
I'm from Napa, California.
Oh, really? That's a great.
Yeah.
So you went to Bangkok or not?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
you came to Songkhla?
And Songkhla.
Right.
I love it.
Oh, thank you.
I think Songkhla is one of the best places in Thailand.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. How'd the picture turn out? Good? I like your camera. Old school. Right?
Yeah.
Little retro going on. Awesome. See you guys. That's what I'm seeing more and more of with people when they're out taking their photos and selfies, whatever you want to call them. They're going like analog, going old school. Old school's making a comeback. The Songkhla Kite Festival. It's quite amazing. It's quite awesome. Come out here, get a little sample, little flavor of the local community. A lot of good local food, the festivities, the kids are out having fun. A couple other little factoids. The topography of this area, you can see why it was attractive to the Japanese strategically because of the way the water runs and the land inlet. And the other part is Songkhla was the critical place to take over for the Japanese on their way to taking over Singapore. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what? Coconut ice cream? Every day is a good day for coconut ice cream. So when you come to Songkhla, when you come out here to the beach, come have some coconut ice cream. So beautiful, it's sunset. This project, there's a sign out front that says Save the Wall or something. Maybe one of you watching knows what the project is, but there's also a really beautiful building just up the road. It says on the sign like creative agency. And I think what they do here, they try to engage students, architects, designers to really make the community kind of geared toward this World Heritage Site, but it's quite remarkable. Hi, oh, you speak English. I have a question for you. This project's called Save the Wall. Huh? But it says out front, there's a sign. It says Save the Wall. Do you know what that means? Do you know what it means? No? No.
I don't understand.
Huh.
I can speak English a little.
Where are you from?
Narathiwat, Thailand.
Which city?
Narathiwat, Narathiwat.
Is it very far?
South of Thailand.
South of Thailand. More south.
The best.
Why do you come to Songkhla?
Study.
To study?
Yes.
You study at the university? What do you guys study?
Songkhla University.
Which topic?
English for service sectors.
Well, your English is really good. Nice to meet you guys. Huh. So on display here in this little lot or alleyway that leads out to the water that has a really beautiful sunset coming in, there's all these, I don't know if there's renderings or actual projects displayed up on the wall, but it's pretty cool. I'm loving these little streets of Songkhla, and it's a Sunday night, so I don't think there's much going on, but there's a couple cool little spots what appear to be kind of cool. This is a wine bar, so I'm gonna poke my head in. It's called Como. Just check it out. Maybe have a glass of wine. So I'm gonna have a glass of wine. A Como wine bar. Yeah? And look how cool this place is with nice music playing, with a great sommelier maybe? Sommelier? Are you a sommelier? You know, the person that really knows wine. I want everyone to visit the Old Town. There's so much more to see and do here. I highly recommend visiting Como. You'll fall in love with the wine here. I agree. I highly recommend visiting Como too. And come see Sai.
Yes.
And she'll offer you a bottle of wine or pour you a nice glass of wine. I think that's what I'm having. Thank you. It's quiet, but then again, it's a Sunday night, so I guess it should be quiet. But not the worst thing, just to be chilling here at Como Wine Bar, enjoying some nice music, and just a nice peaceful vibe. Grandpa never drunk anymore. Is that right?
Never drunk at all.
Oh, Grandpa never drunk alone. Right?
Yeah.
Huh. It's cool, and it's Sunday night. We've got the neighborhood folks here.
Yeah.
From Malaysia, lived in Songkhla 6 years.
Yeah.
Owns a vinyl record store next door. Also from Malaysia.
Yes.
Lived in Chiang Mai.
Yes.
Bar owner. Bar's been open 5 years.
Hot bar owner.
Hot bar owner. Yeah, Songkhla just keeps getting.
Everyone is hot.
Songkhla just keeps getting more cool.
It's summer.
Oh, my friends are getting married and I'm getting drunk.
Yeah. That's what
I think the latter sounds. Sometimes the latter probably sounds better. All right, guys.
Right. Good night. Yeah, have a good trip, good journey. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Philip.
Philip.
Yeah.
Philip from.
America, California.
Nice meeting you.
Napa, California. Yeah. Thank you.
Upload everything on YouTube. Yeah.
On YouTube. See you. Just so you can see, we're not making it up. Grandpa never drunk alone. And on that note, that's the end of the evening for me in Songkhla. I'm signing off. Gonna get some rest. Close that, you have the mirror. You can tell that this is an old house that's been restored, and they did a masterful job, I think. How they expanded the kind of livable area where you can open the sliders and you have a little bit of a balcony here. And it's just really cool. It's just really well done. Sofa seating area here, very comfortable bed. And yeah, the bathroom, also great. And then, nice little workstation here where I'm going to show you guys something. If you want to go to my website, theborderlessoffice.com, it gives you the whole route that I'm on, a map, and then there's a bunch of like blog posts where you can go, and I wrote some articles about each destination. So check out theborderlessoffice.com. And this lodging, and I showed you on the drone the two historic little streets. It's on the second one in, so the one next over from the water. It's been awesome, and the cost is really affordable, less than $70 a night. Time for some coffee. I'm gonna wrap up this vlog at this cool cafe and roastery called Hat Yai. This little coffee shop is called Hat Yai Roastery and Espresso. It's really cool. It's right on the lake. So when you put the drone up again, you can see that Songkhla on one side is the ocean, and then you have this lake. It's an inlet, and it's one reason it was so strategic for the Japanese to land here, because of its topography and the lookout points and what have you. It's time to bring this episode to a close and bring my less than 24 hours in Songkhla to an end, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I love it. And this coffee shop is amazing. But within these little two blocks, these two historic streets, there has to be about 20 cafes that all look amazing. And I think I'd have to come back as a tourist or as a visitor for at least 2 or 3 weeks to enjoy it all. And that's my plan. I rank Songkhla very high as a place to come as a tourist. Maybe almost number one so far of all the places I've been on 30 Thai cities in 30 days. How do I rank it as a place to live as an expat? Well, it's a town, it's about 50,000 people. So you don't have necessarily all the amenities of a city, but Hat Yai is no more than about a 30-minute drive away, and you have everything there as a big city. So I rate Songkhla very high as a place to live as an expat, because this little historic village is charming. I've met some very interesting people, some creative people. There's a real commitment to art and creativity in this town. I like that. I feel like a lot of architects live here. I don't know, I'm just guessing. I've always liked architects. Can always have some good analytical conversations with them, or the interior designers type, because they're always thinking about psychology and trying to be intuitive, most of them anyway. So that's it. I'm gonna keep on cruising around southern Thailand and wrap up my tour of 30 Thai cities in 30 days. And my next stop, I have a little bit of a ride ahead of me, is Trong. So I'll be taking off here, and it's about a 2.5 hour ride up north. Everyone, farewell from Songkhla, and if you're ever in Thailand, make a special trip. Fly down here to Hat Yai and cruise over here and enjoy this Sino-Portuguese, cool, old-style town, similar to Hoi An or a Penang. See you guys. And here's where I'm staying, and of all things, I meet a fellow American. His name's Emerson.
Hello.
And if you remember the last vlog yesterday from Hat Yai, I stopped into a jazz bar, I stopped into a hip hop club called Dirt. Emerson DJ'd there. Now, Emerson, you've been to Songkhla twice?
Yes.
What pulled you back to come a second time?
You know, I just had fond memories of the first time that I came here. I just remember how like cute and quaint these this old town center was, and all of the nice like cafes and places like this, like where we're staying, like these beautiful renovated old buildings, and that it's kind of a little bit out of the way and kind of overlooked by a lot of Western tourists.
Where are you headed? Where are you coming over? Where are you headed?
Hi. Where I'm headed very near here, but I'm heading to Malaysia.
You're riding your bicycle to Malaysia?
Yeah, it's very near.
Where do you live?
I live in Japan,
Where in Japan?
near Mount Fuji.
So you live near Hakone?
No, I don't live near Hakone. I live quite near Mount Fuji in Yamanashi.
And you retire there or you work?
I've been living there since 1987 on and off, so most of my adult life. But I have a house there.
And where else have you biked? You're biking all over
I started in Japan. I came from Japan.
bicycle.
Yeah. So it's today's 1 year, exactly 1 year today. It's my birthday today. And
Happy
I left
birthday,
on my birthday.
man!
I left on my birthday a year ago, so there you go. Today's
Are you from UK?
Originally, yeah. I have two passports. I have an Irish passport as well.
And how old are you?
Today I'm 61.
So check this out, 61 years old and living a full life. You know, awesome.
I don't know, living a hot life. Where are you going?
It's inspirational to a lot of guys watching, right? In our countries or wherever.
Well, I don't know where you're from. You sound
I'm
like
from
an
America.
American. Yeah. So
California.
where are you biking?
I'm traveling 30 Thai cities in 30 days.
Okay.
And I'm documenting everything on YouTube.
Okay. So you've just come from Hat Yai.
Hat Yai and I go Songkhla.
Ah, okay. So I'm going to stop up just up here.
Are you going to Songkhla?
No, I'm not going. I'm going to go. I'm not going all the way to Songkhla. I'm going to head south. I'm going to stop up here tonight, and then start heading south along the coast because my visa runs out in 1 week.
Okay, so give us the quick 1 year rundown of where you've been.
Okay,
On
very quickly. I live near Mount Fuji. I cycled to Shimonoseki, which is the end of Japan, the main island. I caught the ferry to South Korea, and then I cycled through there, very boring South Korea, and I caught a ferry to northern China, cycled down. I get 30-day visa, so I caught the ferry to Taiwan, stayed 30 days in Taiwan, got a new visa, came back. Taiwan, very good. And again, Hong Kong, got a new visa, stayed a month there with some friends. And then Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and then Isan, northeast Thailand, and then down here.
Amazing.
So as much as possible, overland or by boat. I like traveling by boat, right? It's for me, that's not cheating. An aeroplane is cheating, but you have to do it sometimes.
Man, awesome. Good for you. You know, you're living a borderless life. My channel's called the Borderless Office.
Okay, I will check it out then.
And let's check out your fitness.
Well, I'm not very fit. I've been drinking. I drink a lot. I eat a lot, but
You got your bananas.
yeah, these bananas are good because you can eat while you cycle.
Hey, brother, what's your name?
My name is Clive. Clive France.
Clive?
Yeah.
Clive, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Happy cycling.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Yeah.
What's the name of your channel? Because I don't have Wi-Fi, but when I do.
The Borderless Office.